say welcome. Thank you for being here, taking time out of your schedule to be here this afternoon. As you know, we're in new space. Yay! Oh, I'm so excited. And as you may have also noticed, it's not completely done yet. So Erica and I and Morgan were scrambling in here yesterday. Yesterday we had still 4 grand pianos and construction stuff and all kinds of things in this room, and we had the movers and we directed them and said this has to go here and this has to go there. So it's a work in progress, but it's coming. Come on in. Come on in. There you go. Awesome. Okay, so just so you know, in case you haven't found them, the washrooms are in the east end of the east addition. So you come in the center doors here, you walk down, and the people that are at the end are like, where are the washrooms? All the way down at the end of the hallway, but they're brand new. They have hand dryers as opposed to paper towels at the moment, but we have paper towels on our wish list. The east end is also the only fire exit at the moment. There is a door just beside the elevators that will eventually lead out. So if you turn around and look at the windows, that will look out onto a green space and driveway, like a drop-off loop. So there won't be parking there, but people that want to drop their kids off right at the door or drop their grandparents off right at the door will be able to do that once it's finished, but it's not there yet. So there will be a fire exit there and a fire exit there. And the reason I'm telling you that is because when the fire alarms go in this building, there is a fire door at that end that drops to the floor. So there's a metal fire door that drops. You can't go out that way. So if a fire alarm goes while you're in your studio, go that way, towards the washrooms, up the stairs and out the building. If somebody's in your studio who needs a wheelchair or who has mobility issues, you go into that fire stair, like where the stairs are, and you just wait at the stairs. Because those are fire-rated doors, it's a fire-safe area. You just go there and wait. You don't, if they have a broken leg, they don't have to go up the stairs on their crutches if it's a fire alarm. They just have to go and wait in the stairwell, and they'll be fine. Okay? But like I said, if you go that way, you get stuck at the fire door because you can't go out those stairs if the fire alarm goes off. Just so everybody knows. Okay, the other piece that you probably would like to know about is there is a kitchen down here. There is a kitchenette and mailroom down here. It is in room 032. It doesn't have a sign on it, like all the studios have signs, but the kitchenette does not. So it just says 032, has a sticky note next to it. There are mail slots for all of you in there. There's the toaster and the kettles. There's a fridge and a microwave, and some drawers and lots of piano humidifier supplies. But just so you know, that's there. It's for your use. There's a printer in there as well. So if you need a copy card for the printer, it's the same system we were using before. If you need a copy card, you can get one from Student Services upstairs, and you can copy to your heart's content. Absolutely, yeah. You can still, it's the same card as before. Yeah, so if you have an old card, you go use that one. It's just if you need a new one. You go to at some point it runs out, go to Student Services and fill it up again, or if you lose it or whatever happens with that.
Is there going to be any water?
No, so there is water in the building.
I
So
know
the water fountain and it.
those.
No, we don't have, because, so when we had water coolers before in this building, it was because they had done testing and we still had lead pipes in the building. All of the pipes in the building have been replaced, and all of the pipes from the building out to the City of Regina pipes have been replaced, and so the water we get now is the water that comes from the City of Regina, and that's what comes through so there are water bottle stations at the water fountains.
They are?
Yeah,
Okay.
so you can fill a water bottle up at the drinking
that's
fountain.
the
Yeah, it's right above the water fountain. Yeah. So it's just, for those of you that are on main campus, it's the same kind of system they have there. Okay, I think that's the physical space I need to tell you about. Have you all seen your studios? Yes? No? Maybe? Sort of? Okay, not quite. Not quite, probably. Okay, so I do want to talk a little bit about the studios. I think on your handout, I'm sort of following the order that's there. You will know some of this because it's in the studio policy, but I'm going to tell you anyway. and that is that if you are storing food here, you're welcome to store food here. Welcome to bring your snacks, welcome to bring your lunches. If you're storing it long term, like longer than the 3 hours that you're here on whichever night, or 5 hours or whatever it is, if you're storing it overnight, leaving it here for several days, please keep it either in the refrigerator or in plastic or tin. And that is because this is a 100-year-old building. And I know they just built this area down here, but this is a building that has had mice in it before. And as much as they have fixed it and tried to fill up all the holes, we don't want to invite the mice in by leaving food around. So plastic or tin, help us out. We'll keep the critters out. We'll all be happier. I lived in a I lived in a very old building when I was in university, and we would be sitting watching TV, and you could see the mice run across the floor into the kitchen. So we want to avoid that here. Yeah. Okay. The other thing is to let you know that if you are eating in your studio and you have an apple core or something like that, throw it out in the kitchen garbage. The kitchen garbage will be emptied much more frequently than the studio garbage is. The garbage in the studios will be emptied once a week, and they're supposed to be vacuumed once a week as well. So if you notice that isn't happening, please let us know in the office, because that's the schedule that facilities has told us is how it's going to happen. So it's garbage and vacuuming once a week. We'll see if you have an issue with, I know Carly has had this happen and Judy's had it happen where a student throws up in their studio. Call us and leave a note. I know, it's fun. But if you call, leave us a message. If you're here in the evening, let the commissionaire know. And then we will make sure that somebody's in from facilities the next day to clean things up. Okay, so just it does happen. We work with children. That's the reality, right? Okay. In terms of what's in your studios, each of the studios has at least one small table, a piano and a bench. Some of them have 2 pianos and 2 benches, 2 orchestra chairs, and at least 1 bookshelf. A couple of the studios are a little small for 2 bookshelves, so we have taken a bookshelf out. At the moment, so I just tell you, like I said, it's not quite done on this level, and we're not quite done upstairs either. And there's a lot of, but I want that kind of furniture, not this. And so at the moment, what we're asking is that people be patient and just hold on to the furniture they have, because there's lots of shifting that's going to happen with the furniture, but it's not happening yet. And so just be patient. It's going to take a while to sort and settle and figure out what's in the building and what's not. We don't, as a conservatory, we do not have budget to buy new furniture. So if there's something in your studio that you desperately need, like a filing cabinet or a real desk as opposed to a table, and you know it's going to fit in there, I can't buy it for you. If you need to bring it in, you can bring it in, but I know that we don't have the budget for it right now.
Okay, in case I bring, can you take out the table?
No.
Oh.
That's the issue right now, is we don't have any storage space for things right now. Like, we have to keep, so what's in the studios has to stay right now. That's what I mean by there's a lot of shifting that may happen in the building, but we need to be patient because we just don't know what's going where yet. So, and part of it has happened because we moved in while they were still constructing the building. So I was at a meeting this morning where the tables that got delivered are not delivered to the right rooms, and so not our tables here, but the upstairs tables are in the wrong places. And so there's a lot of, we have to figure out where things went when they came in the building and get them to the right places. So at the moment, I'm asking you, keep the 2 chairs that you have in your studio, keep the table, keep the piano, keep the bookshelves, and we will try, if you have an absolute, I have to get rid of this table, and Carmen, I'm going to tell you now, Rudy wants another square table. So if you want to get rid of it, you could tell Rudy he could have yours.
Okay.
Okay?
That table is not, I don't know, it's square and it has that pole. So I want to have some shelves, underneath. That's what I did before, but I cannot because, it blocks.
Right.
It's blocked.
Right.
I'll give it to Rudy.
So yeah, Rudy's looking for another table. So
Okay.
yeah.
And with stuff like that, feel free to throw it at me for logistics. Erica and I have been kind of going, Rudy wants a table, this person wants rid of a table, let's write that down. So feel free to throw it my way.
Yeah. Morgan. So this is Morgan. I should have introduced her. Hi, Morgan. Yay! Morgan has been here for a week now. I've been throwing just about everything at her without actually telling her how to do anything. So she's treading water and has not been overwhelmed yet, which I really appreciate. Slow. So Morgan is the one, if you have changes to your schedules, if you have issues with your studio scheduling, if you have issues with your furniture and you want to get things moved, let Morgan know, and she's the one that she'll come to me and go, Krista, what do we do with this? And then between the two of us and Erica, we'll figure it out. So just so you know, yes, thank you. Thank you. Let's see. The other thing to let you know is if you haven't noticed, and I didn't notice in my office, so none of these, I know they look like fluorescent lights. These are actually LED lights, not fluorescents. They don't hum the way fluorescents do, and they are dimmable. So if you look at your light switch, there's a little slider on the right-hand side of your light switch that can turn it up or down. Okay, so yeah, you can turn it down. You can, yeah. Yeah. It's so great. The lights are also on automatic timer to turn off. So I have asked them to reset it because they come from the factory in a self-adaptive mode, which means I don't know how it does this because I wouldn't think there's this much of a computer in there, but it learns how often or how long people are in the room and it kind of adjusts for when it will shut off. What we've been finding upstairs and what Floyd found when he was tuning pianos is it would shut off if you aren't moving enough. So Floyd would be tuning a piano and the lights would shut off on him. I have asked them to adjust that. If it's happening regularly in your studio as you're teaching, let Morgan know and we'll send a note specifically about your studio to extend the length of time that the lights don't shut off. Yeah. Okay, walls. So I think you've already heard this. We have ordered, you haven't heard this part, everybody should have coat hooks in their studios, but they're not here yet. So there are coat hooks coming. I don't know where they are. They might be on a truck somewhere. They're supposed to be installed. They know we need coat hooks. They just aren't here yet. So they are coming. You are not left without a coat tree or anything else, and you don't have to leave your coat on the floor for the rest of the year. They will come. We are also waiting on the method for hanging pictures, and however we're going to do that in the studios. The architect that was supposed to work on that with me was on holidays for most of August, and so it got a little bit delayed, but there is a way coming. Please don't stick anything on the walls yet. They're really sensitive about the walls being new, and and the other thing is, these panels are not bulletin boards. Just so you know, they look like bulletin boards. They feel like it if you touch them. These are sound absorption panels, and they don't want us hanging things on them because they're not meant to be to have things hung on them. So that's the reason we're asking you not to put things on the walls. I've been living in this building since July 9th. Not living, but working in this building since July 9th. It feels like it's a month. So we got our door last week, and today we got a lock for it. We got a door. We no longer have a plastic sheet. We have a door now, and it has a lock. It's shocking. I know. Yeah, it just came. So yeah. So I think I'm in my 5th office because when I got here, I couldn't use my office because it wasn't done. So this is kind of the process we've been going through. At least I'm feeling a little more positive this time because when we moved out, we didn't have the studios ready when we started teaching in September. And at least this time we have studios with doors on them. So I'm feeling like we're a step ahead of where we were, which is good. But there's still some waiting to do in terms of getting everything finished. As Judy will tell you, I don't know if you have a lock yet, Judy. No. Okay, so they were just installing locks upstairs today. So
I have windows now.
If Judy has windows now. Yay! Instead of plywood.
They unblocked them.
That's good. Okay. So the construction is continuing. It's slow. I don't know when the locks are coming, but they are coming, they tell me. And my best advice is to be patient. Which is hard, I know, because you've got students coming and things are going on. Floyd has been here, Floyd has been a lifesaver for all of us. He's been here most of August, tuning pianos. So the pianos in the boys' studios and the piano studios have been tuned. The pianos in the violin studios and the other studios that you see kind of piano secondary have not yet been tuned.